Hey guys, today we'll be learning about the order of draw. The order of draw is an important aspect of the phlebotomy laboratory. The order of draw is how you draw blood into the vacutainers. There's a very specific order, and if you don't follow this order, it can lead to harming the patient. These are some examples of vacutainers. Vacutainers are specimen tubes that are vacuum sealed so they can be used with either a multi-purpose needle or a syringe full of blood with a transfer device. Most vacutainers, excluding sterile tubes and blood culture tubes, contain some sort of additive. The additive can either be a chemical or more physical in nature. A chemical additive would include one of the many types of anticoagulants. What an anticoagulant does is it prevents the clotting of blood. This is done through several different methods. Another, more physical additive would be silica or glass particles that will actually start the clotting process for the blood. This is used in the red top tube. This is a helpful phonetic for the order of draw. The order of draw is a set order for which tubes you can draw from at a time. The first one is the sterile tube. It is this way because any sort of additive found on the retractable needle can influence the results in a dangerous way. After that, there's the light blue, which is contaminated by an additive that is used later on down the line, and it'll work in that order all the way till the end, where each tube will be contaminated by the tube after it. This is the yellow top sterile tube. This tube contains sodium polyethanol sulfate. What this does is it prevents the destruction of bacteria, and it contains an additive that'll promote the growth of bacteria. This is used for blood cultures, or finding bacteria that is in the blood. This is a useful tool that can be easily thrown off if any additive from a tube later down the line in the order of draw is used first. This is the light blue top stopper container. It contains sodium citrate, which binds to the calcium to prevent clotting. This is used mainly in coagulation studies to see how quick the blood will clot, namely PT and PTT tests. This is the red vacutainer tube. It either contains no additive or it may contain glass or silica particles to promote clotting. This tube collects serum, so the blood is allowed to clot, and then is spun in a centrifuge to collect every part of the blood except for the clotting factors. This is used mainly in blood chemistry tests, such as cholesterol and potassium tests. The gold vacutainer, also known as the tiger top, also known as the serum separator tube, can contain silica or glass particles to promote clotting and a polymer gel that will actually separate the serum from the clotting factors. This tube is also allowed to clot and then spun in a centrifuge to produce the serum. This is the light green vacutainer. It contains lithium heparin to prevent clotting and a polymer gel that will separate the plasma from the clotting factors. This is mainly used in plasma determinations and blood chemistry tests. This is the green or dark green vacutainer. It contains sodium heparin to prevent thrombin formation and therefore clot formation. It is mainly used to collect plasma for blood chemistry tests. The lavender top tube contains EDTA, an acid that is a powerful anticoagulant. This tube is mainly used for hematology studies, such as complete blood counts and specialized blood counts. The gray Vacutainer contains potassium oxalate or sodium fluoride to prevent the breakdown of blood glucose. This tube is mainly used for glucose tolerance tests and lactic acid measurements. These would be used in the attempt for diagnosing diabetes. These are some less common Vacutainers that you may find in industry. Starting from the left, there is the Royal Blue, which is used for blood metal analysis, so heavy metals that may be in the blood, and toxicology. The one in the middle is the Tan Vacutainer. This is used primarily for lead analysis, so checking the levels of lead in the blood. Finally, the one on the right is the Pink Vacutainer. This is used mainly for blood bank typing. Any Vacutainer can be used for typing blood. However, the pink one is labeled best for blood banks to use. Okay, now we have gone over the order of draw and the different Vacutainers that are commonly used in industry. If you ever wonder which tubes go first, just remember, stop light red, stay put. Green light go. Does anybody have any questions? If so, type them in the comments.